So I hope you are able to see the screen, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So let me introduce myself, guys. So I'm Krishna. I have close to like 13 years of experience into IT. So I have trained many candidates in different technologies. So I'm into online trainings from the past close to 9 years. So I'm currently working as a data engineer for a bank, guys. And that's about me. And the prerequisite to learn this course is right. So SQL is mandatory, guys. You should know you should have basic idea on SQL, guys. So do you guys have any idea? Sorry, any idea on SQL?
So it's a
Yes.
basic uh, joins and those things will be fine, right? So
Yeah,
joins.
the basics. Yeah, that is fine actually.
Yeah.
So just to start with, right? Basically, when I say DBT, right? It's a transformation actually. You'll perform the transformation case through DBT tool actually. So earlier days, right? I think if I have to talk about, have you guys heard about Informatica? Anytime Informatica? Any
Yes.
of, any of
ETL
the
tool.
yeah, any of the ETL tool, not only Informatica, it may be Talent or what to say. Mm, we have Matillion. There are different ETL tools available. Data Stage. These are all the different tools, ETL tools available in the market. So generally, these tools, right? What they will do is actually, so they'll extract the data. When I say extraction, they'll get the data from the legacy systems, okay, and they'll apply the transformations. Can you see? ETL stands for extraction, transformation, and loading. Right? So in the transformation, right? So the tool itself will does the transformation. Okay. So when I say transformations, generally, do you guys know what is a transformation? Anytime, what are different transformations that we can perform?
Yeah. So joiner, aggregator, and
Yeah,
splitter,
Pivoter.
exactly.
Pivoter.
sorter.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Yeah, right, exactly. So you can perform like joins, okay, okay. You can derive a new column, okay, and you can compute a value based on two columns. You can derive another column, right? So these are all the different transformations that you can do, I guess. Okay, I think I have made a note of somewhere. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so the different transformations, right? So you can what compute. You can derive a new column based on the like existing columns, or you can apply like different functions, date functions, okay, aggregation functions, okay, and you can perform the different logics, and you can sort the data, okay, you can apply the filter conditions. These are all comes under the transformation. So what is the disadvantage if you perform the transformations within the tool itself? Okay? So it will take a lot of time. You're dealing with millions of data, right? So the transformations will take a lot of time. So that is the reason we are having a tool called data build tool. So when I say DBT, it stands for data build tool. Data build tool. So before that, so are you guys already working or just want to understand from you? So generally, people right who will attend this course is the people who are already working in Snowflake, okay, and the people who are working in any of the databases like Databricks or any of the technologies, okay. So what is the exact requirement, guys? You just want to learn the tool, or you want to apply this for your like particular project?
Yeah. So Ravi, currently I'm working as an Informatica developer. So I'm working on
Okay.
BDM. So yeah, I
Okay.
just want to skill on this DBT.
Okay.
So not sure how it will be, but I just want to know the
Mhm.
details about it.
Sure. Yeah. So for our lecture, right? So what we are doing is we are taking Snowflake as our database. You can call it as a database or a data warehouse, and so we are going to apply the transformations by using DBT. So by using DBT, we'll apply the transformations. Let me change the language. And what we are going to do is we are going to create different accounts. We're going to create an account with AWS, and we'll create a Snowflake account, and we'll install a few tools called Anaconda, and we'll install Visual Studio. So these are the different what to say, tools that we are going to use, guys. Okay, first of all, let me tell you what exactly that we are going to increase this zoom size. 1 minute. Yeah. Anyways, I'll come back to the PPT. I think so. This will be more clear for you. So basically, what do you mean by DBT? So basically, by using DBT tool, we'll apply the different transformations. Okay. So generally, why we are going with the DBT? So we can perform coding, testing, deployment, documentation, and data lineage. So I'll come back to this. Okay. So why you need to go with DBT? Okay. You can cleanse the data. You can apply the aggregations. Okay, joins. Okay. So these are all the different things. These are all called different transformations that we can do by using DBT. So basically, when I say these are different terms, guys, that you need to understand. So have you heard about Python anytime?
No.
No, right? So basically, Python, right? It'll extract the data from your systems. Let's assume you have Oracle as your database. Okay. So from Oracle, you directly dump the data to Snowflake. So from Oracle, you're directly dumping the data to Snowflake. So in between that, you are not applying any transformation. Just you're picking the raw data. You're picking the raw data with the help of Python. With the help of Python, and you're dumping into Snowflake. And once you dump into Snowflake, then you are applying transformation by using DBT. You are applying the transformations. So this is what you are doing. This is a new approach. This is called what ELT is: extraction, loading, and transformations. So earlier days, what you have ETL. What do you mean by ETL? What do you mean by ETL? Yes, you can extract the data.
Transform load.
Then
Transform loading them.
yeah, you're applying transformations and you are loading. And finally, you are loading the data into Snowflake. Extraction, transformations, and loading. So these things are done in informatic, any one of the ETL tool. But in case of ELT approach, right, you are picking the raw data and you are putting into Snowflake, then you are applying the transformation. That is a ELT approach. And these are the different keywords, guys. In DBT, these are the different keywords that you're going to see actually. The first one is models. So we'll just try to understand what is a model today. So when I say model, right? Anyways, we are going to discuss all these things in detail, guys. I just want to. So the intention of the demo is to understand what exactly I mean by DBT. So what you guys are going to learn, and what are the different versions we have. So the first one is model, guys. When I say model, right? Model is nothing but it's a SQL statement. It's a simple select statement. Okay. It's a simple select statement. So what are the different ways in which we can what to say use DBT? Okay. So we have two things, guys. One is DBT cloud, the other one is DBT core, guys. Okay. DBT core and DBT cloud, these are the two things we have. So when I say DBT cloud, right, it's a web based actually. Okay. DBT core means it's a command line interface. So what we'll do is we'll create an account first with Snowflake. The first step is we'll create the account with Snowflake. Then we'll try to install uh, Anaconda. So that is nothing but DBT core base. So Anaconda, and we'll install DBT core, and we'll see one simple model. Okay, so that's what we are going to do in today's session. So once we complete one example, then you'll understand what is the purpose of DBT, how they are using it. The theory part and all we'll discuss in tomorrow's session. First, we'll ready with the tool actually. So if you can take this example, let us say you have Snowflake in so by using Snowflake, right? So the entire data will be sitting in Snowflake. So you are applying the transformations here. I think you guys know. Did you work on Snowflake anytime, guys? Snowflake,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Snowflake is a database, guys. You can compare it with any of the existing database in the market. Sorry. So you have Oracle, SQL Server, Teradata. You have different databases, right? Similarly, Snowflake is also a database, but it sits on the cloud actually. Okay. So if I go to snowflake.com, right? So can I see here start for free? Just click on this. So no need to install anything is because it's a cloud actually. No need to install anything. You'll get 30 days of free trial. If I just scroll down, I need to give the details here. Okay. I'll do one thing. I'll just take a new account. You need to give your first name, last name, and the email address. Role I am selecting as data engineer, and click on continue. So there are three different editions. Okay? One is standard edition, enterprise edition, and business critical. When I say business critical, right? You can assume like let's say Snowflake is giving 100 features. Okay. If you choose standard, you'll get only 50%, 50 features. If you choose enterprise, you'll get 70 features. If you choose business critical, you'll get all the features of Snowflake. So I just want to go with business critical. And these are the three cloud providers who are supporting Snowflake actually. Okay. So I'm selecting AWS, click on get started. So this step is not required, just click on skip guys. So what we have done, we have created a Snowflake account. So I'll get one email guys to this account. Okay. So let me log in and get the details. Which account we have selected. So okay, because no, this is not the one. Okay. So I just created one account guys because we should have a database so that then we can from DBT we can connect to the database and we can apply the transformations. Okay. So I'm switching to that required email ID. Right. So once you create an account, right, you will get one verification email guys. So can you see here Snowflake account? So this is the verification email that you got. So this is the URL that you need to use. This is my Snowflake URL. I'm just making a note here. And in case if you want to log into Snowflake, right, you need to have a username and password. Okay? You need to have username and password. So how to get the username and password? You need to click on this button, click to activate, so that you will get the you can create the username and password. So I'm selecting Krishna. I need to confirm the same password because I need to use this password for the next what say next 15 to 20 days. Okay, so let me click on get started. Done. So I just created an account with Snowflake. Okay. So you need to first you need to switch to project guys. Go to this projects and here you need to click on this plus button so that you can open the worksheet. So this is called your worksheet. Guys, the navigations, right? So maybe for the first time it will be new for you, but once you like start practicing, it will be easier for you. Okay? Now the first point is I would like to create let's say one database. Okay? At the left hand side, can you see guys? Yeah, Snowflake and Snowflake sample data. So these are the different databases that are given by Snowflake. But for our requirement, we are creating a database. So create database. Let's say I'm just taking DBT underscore DB. I'm creating a database for my DBT practice. Okay. Now I would like to create a schema. Let me name it as DBT underscore schema. And so I'll just create one simple table, guys. Create table. Let's say T underscore EMP. I'm just picking just only two columns. Let's say the timing. I'm just picking only let's say three columns: employee number, employee name, and salary. Okay. I will do one thing. I'll insert just a couple of records into the table. Employee number one. Let's say employee name. I'm just picking your names, guys. Let's say we have let's say salary is 20,000. Employee number two, Manindra. This is 30,000. That's it. Okay. So I'm inserting two records, guys. In case if you want to execute any statement, you need to hit this play button. So if I query this table, let me query this table, select star from this particular table. So I have two records, guys. Now the point is, so from DBT, I want to access this particular database. Okay. I want to access this database. So we already captured this, right? This is the URL that I need to access, correct? This is my Snowflake URL. This is called what, guys? This is called account name. This is called your Snowflake account name, guys. And did you remember the username which I just created? So Krishna is my username, and I have given the password as Krishna@123. This is the password that I have given. Okay. And which database I have created, guys? DBT DB, right? This is my database, and this is the schema name, right? And here you have one more thing, guys. This is called warehouse. So we'll talk about this later, but let me come back to DBT. So the first thing is, in case if you want to install DBT, right, you need to have Anaconda. Okay. So in case if you want to install Anaconda, right, what you need to do is you need to switch to go to Anaconda Navigator. Once you search for this, right, you'll find this option, download option. Click on this download. In case if you have a account, right, you can log in, or else you can just click on this free download. So here you need to provide the email address. Okay, click on this checkbox and submit, so that you'll get the download link to your email. So I'm switching to this. Let me, can you see here? So you'll receive one email from the Anaconda distribution. So click on this download, guys. Okay. Click on this download option. Okay, you need to click on download. Accept all, click on download. And one more important point is you need to install Python also, guys. Okay, you need to install Python also. Let me install Python also. So I already have Python, guys, in my laptop. In case if you want to install Python, what you need to do is you need to go to python.org. Okay, python.org. So if you switch here, right, you can able to download the latest version. Okay, 3.13. 3.13 is the version. If you click on this, it's a straightforward. You can easily download. You're clear on this part, right? The Python download. If you click on this, it will ask you to save the path. Okay. So I'd like to save this.
So in Anaconda package itself, we will be having a DBT available.
Yeah. We need to install few packages. I'll show you that. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'll show you that. Because if you don't have the setup, right, it is difficult for you to understand. First, let me complete the setup part. Okay. So it is getting downloaded, guys. So let me go to the downloads. Anyways, I already have the Anaconda. Let me double click on this. Once you double click on this, okay, so it will ask you to like select the path. Let me click on next, click on agree, and click on next. So this is the path, guys. Okay, you need to save this path. So in this particular path, the Anaconda will install. Okay, and click on install. That's it. It will take 1 or 2 minutes to install. And if you don't have Python, you need to install that as well. Okay, so it is just downloaded. So I already have the latest version. This will take 1 more minute. Okay, so meanwhile, so what we are going to do is we are going to, now the one which we are doing is DBT core, guys. DBT core means what? It's a command line interface. So in DBT you have two things, guys. One is command line interface, that is called CLI. CLI is, you call it as a DBT core, guys. The name is DBT core. And you have UI, guys. UI means it's a user interface, that is nothing but DBT cloud. You have two things here, DBT core and DBT cloud. Now we'll see how DBT cloud will look like. So for that, what you need to do is you need to go to getdbt.com. Getdbt.com. Okay, you need to click on this getdbt.com. Click on this. So once you click on this, right? So here it is asking you to try DBT cloud for free. Okay. So click on this. Try DBT cloud for free. So it is asking you to give the few details. So this will be valid for 14 days, guys. Okay. So I need to give the email ID. Let me pick any one of the email ID. Okay, so I have selected my email ID. Let me give the password. So I need to select the company password. Okay. So guys, this is as simple as creating a Gmail account. Done. Now, how did you hear about DBT? So you can say that let's from colleague or employer. Click on these two checkboxes. Okay. So you're clear, right? You need to select, give the proper email ID. Let me see the email. On this for 1 minute. Yeah, correct. This is correct only. Yeah. So I need to give the email ID. See, if you already register, it will not work. Okay, you need to use a new email account. Okay? Click on create a account. Now what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to create an account with DBT cloud. So what it is saying, so I'll get one email, okay, for the verification. So let me switch to that. Okay, so can you see the message? So please verify your account. Okay, so I already got the email. Let me do the verification. So you need to click on this, verify your email address. Now you are into DBT cloud actually. Okay. So what is the email ID that you need to give? Getdbt.com. Login. You need to log in with the email that you just registered. Okay, this is the email, and let me give the password. So click on continue. Not now. It is asking for multi-factor authentication. Let me security. Let me go with SMS. Okay. done. Yes. Okay. So the verification is done. Copy the recovery code. Keep it somewhere if you need any help. Okay, now we are logging into DBT cloud. So this is how the DBT cloud will look like this. Select a method to verify. Okay, so you need to give your email IDs and mobile number. What is saying again? Before we get started, please help us secure or send an email. Okay, let me log in this one more time. Click on login. Not sure why it is asking multiple times. This is not there earlier actually. Maybe they have introduced recently. Ideally, I should get an email for the verification. It's already done actually. So let me log in one more time. Login. Yes, let it complete. So meanwhile, we'll start with the DBT core case. Okay, click on next and finish. Now what we have done, we have installed Anaconda case. This is what we have installed. So we are done with installing Anaconda, and we have created the account with Snowflake, and now we are done with creating the Anaconda account. Let me log in this. If you want to log into Anaconda, you need to use Anaconda prompt. Okay, click on this Anaconda prompt. So here it is showing you one path, right? Base, right? The path which it is showing as base, right? It is showing the base path. Okay. So in this path, okay, so you need to see whether you have this DBT package or not. So how you're going to verify the packages, guys? In case of Python, how to see the packages information? Any idea? Have you heard about pip command anytime? PIP.
Yes.
Yes.
So basically, pip is the command which will be used to see the different packages that got installed in your this thing in your system. Okay. So let me see this packages pip list. So these are the different packages you have. Okay. But do you see anything with the DBT? Let me switch to DBT. Okay. Yeah. So do you see anything called DBT here? No, right? We don't see anything with respect to DBT, right? We have Dask, is there different things, but we don't have anything with respect to DBT. Okay. Now, what I would like to do is, first of all, I would like to create a new environment for my project. Okay. So if I run this command, right, condaenv list, I have only one environment, right? That is called base actually. Okay. So can you see the base environment? So during the installation, okay, this is the path that it is using actually. Okay. In this path only you have the environment, but I would like to create a new environment for my DBT project. In case if you want to create an environment, right? So the command is, these are all the Anaconda commands, guys. Okay. So you need to use conda create. I would like to create a new project, guys. Okay. So I'll just name it as DBT project. Okay. And you should define the Python version. Okay. So Python, in case if you don't know the version, right? Version that you already installed. So I have Python 3.12. So I need to define that. Okay. Python equal to 3.12. That's it. If you run this, right, it will create a new project with the name DBT project. Earlier you have only one project called base. Now you are creating a new project called DBT project. What it is saying? It is saying that these are all the different packages that are going to install. Do you want to proceed? Click on yes.
Sir, what is the advantage of creating environment? Uh,
See, you are creating a different environment, right? Because all your files will be there in your respective project, DBT project. I'll show you what are the different package, different folders or that are available in your project. We just created one project, right? See, Conda env list. If I run this command, right? So earlier I'm getting only one project, right? Base, right? Now I have this particular project, DBT project. Okay. So now everything I want to like use here only. I would like to use this particular project for
okay.
the
Mhm.
yeah. So I'll show you what are the different files that you're going to see. I think I already mentioned here. See, dbt project.yaml file, profile.yaml file. So these are the two different files that you're going to see. Okay, so we have two environments, guys. Okay, we have two environments. Now what I would like to do is I would like to switch to this particular project. How to switch to that? Switch to that. Honda activate the project name. See, now current is base, right? Now it got changed to project. Okay, now I'm in this particular location actually. Okay, clear, right? Now, the first step is I would like to install DBT core. So that is what I need to install. So to install any package, you need to use pip install and DBT core. This is the package that I need to install. Click on this pip install DBT core. So it is installing the DBT core project. Can you see guys DBT core, DBT adapter, DBT common? So there are many packages with respect to DBT, right? It will take one more minute to complete. Okay, done. Now if I say pip list, okay, I'll get few packages with respect to DBT. Earlier I don't see any packages, right? Can you see here DBT? These are all the different packages that got installed. Okay. Now, so the next step is you need to see the version of this DBT. They may ask you what is the current version that you are working on. Okay, how to see the version, guys? DBT version. Okay. DBT hyphen version. This will give us the version. So the current version is 1.8.8. By default, it install the latest version. What do you mean by plugin, guys? Plugin means what is your target? So from DBT, what is your target? My target is Snowflake, but I don't see any plugins right here. I don't see any plugins, but my requirement is to connect to Snowflake. Okay, so I need to install a plugin for Snowflake. Okay. Again, I need to install one more package. Pip install. So DBT Snowflake. Pip install DBT Snowflake because my target is Snowflake, right? So that is the reason I'm installing this particular package. So the package is what? DBT Snowflake. Now if I check the DBT version, so I have the latest version 1.8.8 and even I have the plugin. What is this plugin? Snowflake. I have the plugin. Okay. Now let me switch to the, I'll do one thing is I'll create a new folder. Let me switch here. I'll create a new folder here. Let me name it as DBT project. So this is the location. Okay. So in this particular project, right? So I need to see. I need to switch to this particular project, right? So do you see any files here? So as of now, I don't see any files, right? Now what I'm doing is I'm doing the project setup. How to do the project setup? You need to run one command, guys. Okay. So that command will initialize the project. Let me run this. DBT initialize. Okay. You need to run this command. If you run this command, right, what it will do? It will initialize the project. What it is saying? Enter a name for your project. Let's say I'm just naming it as project. So this is a project name. Okay. What it is saying, guys? Enter a number. Okay. What is your plugin? You have only one plugin, right? That is Snowflake, right, guys? I'm just giving it as one. One means I'm connecting to Snowflake. So it is asking us to provide the account name. We already made a note, right? This is my account name, right, guys? This is my account name. So I need to give this. What is your username? My username is Krishna. I need to specify this. I would like to go with password. Okay. So password, single sign-on or key pair. So I'm just giving it as one, guys. That is, I want to give the password. What is the password? I have given the password. Role. What is this, guys? Role. Role means okay. So can you see, guys, what is this? This is called role, guys. Okay. Account admin. So account admin means he will have all the privileges. If you are new to Snowflake, I'll take one session, guys, for you to understand what is role here. The role is account admin. Even let me give the account admin role here. So account admin. Which warehouse you want to use? If you look at this, right, here you have warehouse, right, guys? Can you see the warehouse name? Run on warehouse. So warehouse is nothing but you can assume like it's kind of a RAM kind of thing. So I'll explain this, guys. But just for the timing, just give compute warehouse. Compute underscore warehouse. Okay. Now what it is saying, database. Okay. Default database that DBT will build objects in. Which database you want to use? We already created a database, right, guys? What is the database name, guys? DBT DB, right? I want to connect to DBT DB and DBT schema. Let me give that DBT underscore DB. To which schema you want to connect? DBT underscore schema. Threads. Threads are nothing but for the parallel processing. Yes. Just for the timing, I'm just giving it as 3. Okay. Okay, done. Now, if we can go back and verify the folders. See, this is a project folder. Inside the project folders, how many folders are created, guys? You have macros, right? Models, C, snapshots, tests, analysis. So these are all the things that we're going to discuss, guys. So these are the basic things, guys, that we need to do so that the project setup is done actually. Okay. Now, if I say, let's say, let me switch to the project. What is the name of the project, guys? I have given the name of the project as project. Okay, let me switch to that. CD project. Now, if we say DBT debug, this is very important. DBT debug. What is DBT debug? It will verify whether all the connections are proper or not. What it is saying? Debug. Sorry, DBT debug. It will verify whether all the connections are proper or not. Okay, can you see the message? All checks are passed. What exactly it is verifying? So it is verifying for the two files, guys. Okay, what is that file, guys? Profiles.html. YAML file, correct? Profiles.yaml file. That is what you have mentioned, right? Profile.yaml file. Okay. One is profile.yaml file, and what is the other one is project.yaml file. Okay. So two files it is verifying. I'll tell you what exactly these two files will contain. Okay. First, let me open this one, profiles.yaml file. What exactly it will contain? If I switch to this particular path, you have profiles.yaml file, right? Let me open this in the notepad. Okay. So it is containing the account name, guys. Whatever the account name that we are given, the Snowflake account name, database name, this is what database name, and the schema name, the password. Okay, whatever the details that we have mentioned, right? So everything will be available in profile.yaml file. Okay, you're clear, right, guys? The profile.yaml file will contain all the target connection details. The target may be Snowflake or Databricks or whatever it may be. Okay, any database, the target. The profile.yaml file, what it will contain? It will contain all the target connection details. And we have one more file, guys, that is called DBT project.yaml file. What this will contain? This will contain the, let me switch here. So this is called dbt project.yaml file. What exactly this will contain? So this will contain all the what to say, all the paths actually. Okay, what is your target? Okay, what are different models you have? Anyways, we'll talk about this in later session. Now I'm in this Anaconda prompt, guys. Okay, now I'll show you what exactly DBT will do. When I say DBT, it's a data build tool, right? Mainly it is for transformation tool. What exactly it will do? What is the transformation that it is going to do? If I say code dot, guys, just use code dot. If you run this, what will happen? It will take you to the Visual Studio environment. This is your Visual Studio environment. Okay. So can you see here you have analysis, macros, right? Macros is there, models is there. Okay. Now I would like to create one model, guys. Let us say the model name is I'll name it as T underscore EMP underscore new dot SQL. Okay. So the model name which I have mentioned is T underscore EMP underscore new dot SQL. Okay. I'm writing a simple query. So here I have two records, right? I have only two records, right? Okay. I just want to apply a transformation. Let us say I want to pick the employee where salary is greater than 20,000. Just one simple transformation. Okay. So I'm just getting one record. Okay. So what I'm going to do is with the ah, right, I'm just writing a simple select statement here. Okay. What this will do, so I'm copying this statement and I'm pasting here. Okay. So this is one model. What is a model? Model is nothing but it is SQL statement, guys. Let me save the model. I just save the model. And what you need to do is you need to run the model. Go to terminal, open a new terminal. Now I want to run this model. What is the name of the model, guys? DBT run hyphen select and the model name T underscore EMP underscore new dot SQL. Okay, I'm running this model. Okay, what will happen if I run this model? If I come back to Snowflake, this is my target, right? So in my target, so I have only one table, right? Only one table, that is called EMP. I have only one table. So apart from this, do you see any other objects, guys? I have only table, right? I have only tables. So you don't see any other objects, right? But if I run this model, let me run the model. To run a model, DBT run, you need to select the respective model name. Okay. It is throwing some error. What is that? So I'm just saving the model. Again, let me try to run the model. T underscore emp underscore new dot SQL. Okay. Yeah. So can you see the message, guys? So the model is successfully created. If I come back to Snowflake, if I do a refresh, I can see a view, right? What is this view? If I query the view, select star from T underscore emp underscore new. What I'm getting only one record. So what you have done? So by using DBT, you have applied a transformation. It is a simple transformation that you have applied. And once you execute the model, what it is doing? It is internally creating a view in Snowflake in your target. I'll just summarize because I know this is too much of information for you. Okay, so anyways, we will repeat the same in tomorrow's session also. So what we have done today, so we have understood what is a DBT. Okay, by using DBT, we can apply the transformations. Okay, what are the different versions of DBT we have? We have DBT Cloud and DBT Core, guys. Right? DBT Cloud and DBT Core. DBT Core and DBT Cloud. We have two things here. So today we just talked about what is a DBT Core. To install this, what we have done, we have installed Anaconda. We have created a new account with Snowflake, and we installed Anaconda. After that, what we have done, we have performed all these steps, right? We have performed all these steps. Anyways, I'm just copying everything, guys. You can follow this document just to replicate the same. And after that, what we have seen, guys, we have seen what is ETL and what is ELT. And DBT will have different models. Models are nothing but it's a SQL statement. What will happen, guys, if you run a model? How to run a model? DBT run hyphen select and the model name here. So model is nothing but it's a SQL file, yes, .SQL. Inside this, you will have a select statement. So once you run the model, what will happen? In the target side, a new view will be created. A new view will be created. And we have seen how to create a Snowflake account. We have generated the username and password. Okay. So we'll talk about this. We'll talk about in detail about DBT in tomorrow's session. Okay. What are the different things that we can do? But before that, you should have the setup. So then only you will be able to understand. So if I say, let's say, let me just show you that. If I say models, yeah, look at this. If I say, let's say you have this one, right? You have models, seeds, tests, analysis, macros, snapshots, docs, right? So you can find everything in what? In your project.yaml file, right? You have analysis, tests, macros, snapshot, right? You can see everything here. And also you can find everything here also. See here, you have analysis, logs, macros, seeds, snapshots, target, tests, right? Whatever you are able to see in the PPT, you are able to see everything, right? Okay. Then tomorrow we'll try to understand each component, guys. Okay. So any questions on this? Today is just an installation part, guys. So any questions on this?
So do we need a Snowflake in-depth knowledge or basic
No,
UI
no, no.
knowledge is fine?
Basic knowledge is fine. I'll
Oh,
take one or two sessions just for your
yeah.
information.
And one
I'll,
more thing, in real time, so are we going to use core one or the cloud one for DBT?
uh, mostly it's up to the team, guys. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Cloud is it's a easier one actually. You no
Mhm.
need to install these many number of packages. See, if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
look at this Anaconda, right? So we have installed many packages, right? So no need to do all these things. Okay. So
Okay.
anyways, tomorrow we'll see. Okay. I already
Yeah.
created an account. I don't
Sure.
know.
Sure.
I'm unable to log in here, but tomorrow I'll see. Okay. I'll show you how DBT cloud will work. Okay. That is simple actually. It's very simple, very straightforward and simple. So I'm just saving everything guys on the notepad. So this is one file that I'm going to share it with you.
Yeah. How many sessions it will take for
Uh,
completing?
it will take 14 to 15 sessions you can take. 15 sessions to
Okay.
complete.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm just making a note here. This is on Snowflake side, and this is on DBT side. So I'm saving this document. I'm just naming it as dbt underscore info dot SQL. Okay. So I'll share you these two files, guys. The one which we installed Anaconda, right? So these two files I'll share. Okay. This is uh, Anaconda commands. So these two files I'll share, guys, so that you can create the account. So tomorrow we'll talk about in detail about DBT. But if you don't, if you are ready with the setup, right, then it will be very easier for you to compare. If I say DBT model, seeds, tests, paths, and all, right, so you can see here. Okay, so you have seeds, paths. So I'll tell you what each component will does. So how we are going to use it in the real time. And to run a model, this is the command dbt run. This is the command to execute a model. Dbt run hyphen hyphen select and the model name. Okay. emp underscore new dot SQL. This is the model name, and I'm giving you the file name also. This is the file name that we have used. You need to use this SQL statement to create a model. And if you watch the video, you'll get the clarity, guys. Okay, just try to complete this, then it will be very easier for you to follow in the next session. Fine. So all right, guys. I think I'll stop here for today. We'll meet tomorrow.